Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Washington, Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you're a Washington Commanders supporter, you know how unpredictable this NFL season has been. And right now, the buzz in the league is all about a potential blockbuster trade that could shake up not just the NFC East, but the entire NFC playoff picture. And it involves one of Washington's key players, wide receiver Terry McLaurin, who's been a staple of their offense for years. The whispers are growing louder that the Commanders might be willing to part ways with McLaurin, and the team most interested appears to be the Minnesota Vikings. Now, why would Washington consider such a move? Well, the details are quite intriguing. According to reports, the Commanders are eyeing a second-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft in exchange for McLaurin, and the Vikings are reportedly considering this deal seriously. This kind of move isn't just about trading a star receiver. It's about strategic planning for the future. The Commanders, sitting at a 3-4 record, are facing some serious challenges on their defense, especially in their secondary, which currently ranks 29th in the league for yards allowed per game, an alarming 248. 3 yards. Their pass defense has been a sore spot all season, largely due to injuries and inconsistent play. Washington's secondary has been overmatched at times, and after some early deals that bolstered their roster, they now find themselves with surplus draft picks and a need to address their weaknesses. Trading McLaurin could be a way to acquire draft capital and rebuild a secondary that desperately needs reinforcements, especially considering the injury issues they've faced. At the same time, the Vikings, sitting at 4-3, are in the thick of the NFC North race, and they're looking to strengthen their passing game to push for a playoff spot. They've already got Justin Jefferson, one of the league's premier wide receivers, and pairing him with McLaurin could create one of the most dangerous duos in the league. Imagine the matchup nightmares this duo would pose for defenses. Jefferson's ability to stretch the field combined with McLaurin's route savvy and contested catch skills would make Minnesota's aerial attack much more explosive. And it's not just about adding talent, it's about upgrading the quarterback's options. Sam Darnold, who's been filling in for the Vikings, would benefit immensely from having a pro bowler like McLaurin to target, especially in crucial third-down situations and red zone plays. Now, let's talk about McLaurin himself. He's only 29 years old, but he's already established himself as a reliable target. Coming from Ohio State, he's been a consistent performer, earning a Pro Bowl selection in 2022. Before his injury this season, he had 18 catches for 245 yards and 2 touchdowns on 25 targets over just a few games, averaging 13.6 yards per reception. His injury sidelined him for 3 games, but he remains a vital piece for Washington when healthy. Over his career, he's accumulated 466 catches for 210 yards and 36 touchdowns in 90 games, demonstrating his capability as a game-changing receiver. His yards per route run sit at around 2.3, and his YAC, yards after catch, averages 4.5 yards per reception. His contested catch success rate of 54.2% shows his ability to make plays under pressure. If he stays healthy, projections suggest he could reach around 200 yards receiving this season, making him an even more valuable asset. But the Commanders are aware of the financial side as well. McLaurin's cap hit is around $20 million, which is sizable, especially considering his injury concerns. Washington's management is trying to balance the books, and in a season where their pass defense has been so porous, ranked last among NFL teams in PFF ratings at just 59.2, sometimes you have to make tough decisions. They're looking at the bigger picture, and acquiring a second-round pick for McLaurin could serve as a significant rebuilding tool. The team also recently traded away Daniel, who amassed 875 yards before injury issues hampered his production. That move was part of a broader effort to retool and get younger, and now with McLaurin potentially on the block, it signals a strategic shift. Fans are naturally worried. A star like McLaurin is beloved in Washington, and many see him as a cornerstone of the franchise's future. His presence on the field is felt in every game. His ability to win contested catches, his route savvy, and his leadership in the locker room. But the front office's calculations are clear. Sometimes, to build a championship-caliber team, you need to make sacrifices. The secondary, which is allowing nearly 250 yards per game through the air, is a glaring weakness that needs addressing. A second-round pick in 2026 is a valuable asset, especially if it can help them acquire a slot cornerback or another key piece to shore up the defense. Meanwhile, in Minnesota, this move could be the piece that pushes their offense into a new gear. Pairing Jefferson with McLaurin could dramatically increase their yards per game, boosting their offensive efficiency. Currently, the Vikings are averaging around 215 yards per game through the air, but with McLaurin's addition, that figure could jump to around 260 yards, making them much more dangerous in the passing game. His route savvy and contested catch ability would complement Jefferson's deep threat skills perfectly, giving Darnold more options and making their offense much more unpredictable. And it's not just about the regular season. If McLaurin joins the Vikings, he could be a key player in the playoffs. His targets per game have been around 8.5, and he's shown a knack for clutch plays in high-pressure moments, especially in postseason scenarios. His yards after catch averaging around 5 yards per reception, and his ability to make big plays of 25 yards or more with a plus 15% increase in big plays could be exactly what Minnesota needs to push through the NFC and make a deep run. The Vikings are looking for that extra element to elevate their game, and McLaurin might just be the missing piece. As we look ahead, the odds of the Vikings making a Super Bowl run could improve significantly with this move. Currently, their odds are around plus 4-0, but if they land McLaurin, those could shrink to plus 2,500, reflecting their increased championship potential. His performance in clutch situations, especially in the playoffs with an average of 8.5 targets per game, highlights his ability to perform under pressure. Plus, his big play capability, those 25-yard receptions and beyond, adds that explosive element that can turn games on a dime. What's really fascinating here is how this move reflects the bigger picture of NFL strategy. Washington, by potentially trading McLaurin, is not just giving up a star receiver. They're sending a message that they're committed to rebuilding and retooling their roster. The secondary has been a mess, and they're willing to make bold moves to fix it. The Vikings, on the other hand, are seizing the opportunity to elevate their offense, to add a proven playmaker who can change the course of games. It's a classic example of how the NFL's dynamic nature can lead to surprising trades and shifts in power, especially in a division as competitive as the NFC North and East. This trade, if it goes through, could also influence other teams' strategies in the coming weeks. It could lead to more aggressive moves, more trades, and even shake up the draft order for 2026. For Washington fans, it's a bittersweet moment. Losing a player like McLaurin hurts, no doubt. But it also opens doors for new talents and a chance to see how the team rebuilds from this point forward. For Vikings fans, it's an exciting prospect. Adding a player like McLaurin could be the catalyst for a deep playoff run and maybe even a Super Bowl appearance. So, keep an eye on this situation, folks. The deadline is approaching fast, and the NFL world is buzzing about what could be one of the most significant trades of the season. Washington's front office is weighing their options carefully, and the fans are nervously watching every move. If this trade happens, it will be one of those moments that define the franchise's direction for years to come. And for us, as passionate fans, it's an incredible story of strategy, ambition, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. Stay tuned, because this story is far from over, and I promise, I'll keep you updated on all the latest news surrounding the Washington Commanders and this potential game-changing move in the NFC. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you think losing McLaurin is the right move for the future of the franchise? Or are you worried about the impact on the offense? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us and to the team. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for all the latest Washington Commanders news. This is what makes following the NFL so exciting, the constant thrill of speculation, strategy, and the quest for glory. Thanks for being part of this journey, and as always, let's keep the passion alive.